AJ Perri and American Residential Services, our parent company, we came together and we decided we wanted to give back to our communities. We work throughout the state of New Jersey. American Residential Services has businesses throughout the United States. So what we did was we put a message out there for people to volunteer qualified employees, healthcare workers, first responders. It could be anything, police, healthcare, hospital, doctors, whatever.
First, I heard about the contest on, I think it was 101.5. And then I was like, wow, Carla really needs, because I know her boilers from like 1943. And I always joke with her about it. I'm like, one day you're gonna have like Tony Soprano style flooding in your basement and you're gonna have a big problem. And she's like, I know, but Patrick is starting college in the fall and I'm getting married and there's all these expenses and I just can't do it.
The Beyondies here, their water heater is 14 years old. So we looked at the whole group of people that were applicants for the free water heater. They didn't know how old their water heater was, but the Beyondies had a really good story. Carla Beyondi's a really good person, and I really think she deserves the water heater that we're giving away to her.
I said, okay, I'm gonna enter her. So I nominated her, I wrote a letter, and I said, make sure your phone is on the week of June 7th, because you might think it's like a spam call, but it could be them, so answer your phone.
I was up in the assisted living department dealing with a crisis as usual, and I see the phone, I'm like, oh boy, this can't be true. So I pick it up, Andrew was on the phone, he's like, I have good news. I'm like, there's no way. And yeah, that was it. And I'm trying to contain myself at work, so I hang up the phone, and there's only one person in the office with me. I'm like, oh my God, you're never gonna believe this. What a hot water heater. And they're looking at me like, what? I think it's a huge deal.
Carla Beyondy is a healthcare worker in the state of New Jersey. She works for one of our local hospitals, gives of herself continuously. She's been through some tough times herself, as far as even getting the COVID-19 virus. So she overcame that, didn't look back. She goes to work every day. And I gotta tell you that meeting Mrs. Beyondy has been everything that I've read of her. And her friend Jill is definitely a great friend to have because she speaks very highly of her. And also, she actually put out there what Mrs. Beyondy is really about. A dedicated employee. She's been through some illnesses herself, and hasn't let the COVID pandemic, stop her from doing what she does best.
I was working like at the bedside with a lot of residents who had COVID-19, people who were not yet diagnosed but were becoming very sick, just trying to keep them comfortable, trying to make a difference, trying to get them well. One of my patients was really getting very sick, and I ran into the COVID unit. I didn't have a shield on, and I was trying to get her just to take a spoon of water, and she just coughed all over me. And I'm certain that's when I contracted it, or that's when I was exposed to it at my most vulnerable point.
Carla is just such a deserving person in general. She always gives and gives and gives to other people, and nobody ever gives back to her, and she never asks for anything in return. Especially during this COVID thing, she really sacrificed not only her family, but her own safety to take care of sick patients, knowing that there was a lack of PPE, and knowing the dangers involved with her possibly contracting the COVID. She still went in and took care of these sick patients because there was such a lack of staff also. And when I asked her, I said, Carla, you have a family to think about too. And she said, yeah, but if I don't take care of these patients, nobody will.
So we're actually installing a water heater for her. It's a 40-gallon Bradford White gas water heater, natural draft, so it's gonna be hooked up to her chimney inside. AJ Perri is taking care of all the permitting, all the labor costs, and all the materials. It's donated to her as a first responder gift or a prize, and she was our recipient.
I'm just so grateful to AJ Perri for helping my friend. It couldn't have come at a better time, and she really needs it, and she really deserves it.
It's really amazing that they would pick me out of all the people that did apply. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it and how much we needed it and my family needed it. It means a lot.